guys, welcome back to the Fool Show. I am Foolish Phil. Just want to give my thoughts on the now widely reported news that Jim Harbaugh has signed an extension to be continuing to be the head coach of Michigan. And there's a few different things to think about this. First off, what do I actually think about it as a fan? Did I want Jim Harbaugh back? The answer would be no. He's done great things in returning Michigan to some prominence, to being something national relevant, especially the first 3 years of its time here. But the last couple years with losses to Ohio State being total blowouts and the bowl games being blowouts versus, I think it was Florida and Alabama, it just leaves such a sour taste in your mouth after you end with two terrible losses and you're supposed to be fun and most important game too, the game. And so, did I really want him back? No. I mean, I think Jim Harbaugh plateaued. I really do. And so I'd rather go in a different direction. But that brings up another question. Who were other options? Now, if you follow social media, people are talking about Matt Campbell of Iowa State or Luke Fickell of Cincinnati. The big question there is that I don't know, and I don't know if I'll ever know personally unless I somehow become friends with those people, is did they even want to come to Michigan? I don't know. Were they even asked? Because this contract situation dragged out since like late November when Ohio State game was canceled, the Iowa game was canceled, the season was basically over. That was in early December. So this is like 5-ish weeks this dragged out. And man, it just seemed to drag on, and I kind of just got sick of it and didn't even try to follow it because there was no answers. All it was is a cycle of doom and gloom and what's happening, who should we get, and it's like you still had Harbaugh as the head coach. Now that Harbaugh is back, you got to look at what he's going to do to try to change the results. Obviously, Don Brown is moving on to Arizona. Who's going to be the next defensive coordinator? There's some rumors today swirling around that maybe he'll be a defensive position coach out of Baltimore of the NFL. Maybe. We'll see. Then the other question is there going to be another helper for Josh Gaddis at offense? I do like that apparently they're moving on from Ben McDaniels as the quarterback coach because I'll tell you what, the quarterbacks have not played well in the 2 years he's been here. Statistically, our numbers have gone down in both years where he was fully the quarterback coach. So definitely good move there. It just brings up a lot of questions. Now, Michigan's stuck with Harbaugh for who knows how many years because the buyout is supposed to be a lot less too. So if Michigan does decide he's gone bad, it almost feels like this has been dragged out so much that Harbaugh wanted to go to the NFL. No one in the NFL wanted him. This is all speculation in my mind. But it feels like now that any year Harbaugh does bad, Michigan now has a much easier way to fire him and move on. So who's to say, just speculating here, maybe if Harbaugh has another down year, lose to Ohio State, lose to Penn State, lose to Michigan State, something like that, 4 or 5 losses, maybe they just cut bait, give him the buyout and go after, maybe Matt Campbell has a good second year, maybe Luke Fickell, maybe there'll be another hot name candidate on the horizon. I think with the lesser amount for the buyout, you can see Michigan cutting ties with Harbaugh a lot easier. Also, maybe Harbaugh will have a good year, or maybe some team will want him in the NFL, and he'll be like, okay, I'm just going to get out of here. I think the lower buyout does help that. Now, as the team transitions forward with Harbaugh as the coach, the thing that's really looking forward to in my mind, who is going to be the assistants? He's got to change things up. Obviously, he changed defense already. Who's going to replace Don Brown? Offense, he has to change something. I really hope he gets, I think it's Moorhead out of Oregon, who worked before with Josh Gaddis at Penn State when they had, Saquon Barkley, and, they ran a really good offense back then. So hopefully they could maybe combine them again, pay Moorhead enough to get him to come to Michigan. So really, the first domino has fallen. It's kind of what I expected, that they would just stick with Harbaugh. It's kind of like, meh, okay. But now that's over. So what's Michigan going to do now? Got to get new assistants, got to get good assistants, and we'll see how it goes from there. I really would like them to get another defensive coordinator, someone with a little bit of experience calling plays if they're going to bring in this linebackers coach from Baltimore, because I don't think he's called plays. You really want to have someone who has some experience calling plays on defense. I don't like the idea of just going straight out, just giving the reins over to someone who's never called plays. He could be a great strategist. He could be a great recruiter, possibly with NFL ties, but he needs to know how to call plays. So, got to move from there. With Gaddis, obviously great recruiter, but I think he really needs help with play calling as well. Hey, just what it is. Harbaugh's around. As a Michigan fan, kind of what I expected. What do you guys think? Harbaugh sticking around. Good idea? Bad idea? Let me know in your comments. Also, who would you like to see as defensive coordinator? Do we want another co-defensive coordinator? You get the linebackers coach from Baltimore. Do you want someone else? Who would that be? Offensive coordinator, we stay with Gaddis, or are you going to move on from Gaddis? I love Gaddis as a recruiter. I don't love Gaddis as a play caller. I know a lot of people blame Harbaugh, but I'm also like, Gaddis has to have some say in this, some blame in this too. So, let me know your thoughts. As always, I appreciate the subscribers. I really do. And I hope you guys like this video. And if you do, please subscribe. And until I see you next time, go Blue.